Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Collins Family Urban Homestead. Figured I'd give you a quick tour, and today is Saturday, May the 2nd, 2020. The state of Texas has been somewhat released with this whole fun stuff going on this year. So I figured I'd take you along. We got some chores to get done. We got some projects to get done today, and this is just the morning get to. So let me go take care of the birds. And I'll give you a quick tour of the garden. Well, I got my 2 duck eggs, which is normal for my 3 ducks. I get 2 a day, so that's it. You saw all the ducks. They're out. They got food. We got some chores we need to do with them today, but yeah, ducks, they've been fed, and I got 2 eggs. We'll get chicken eggs a little later on the day. So let's move on to the next project. Hey guys, so last week you've seen the tomatoes. This particular one right here, I'd shown you last week how there were some little buds coming up, and now you can see they're actually having full-on leaves. And then after I finished the video out last week, this one over here had actually been something, whatever had gotten to it, actually cut that all the way down to the stub also, and you can see it's also getting leaves coming back. So far we're doing good with the 2 tomatoes. We're not losing them. Everything seems to be doing good, and doing great on the tomatoes. They're getting big. I still got to get the vertical trellis on them. Let me turn around and give you a little closer look on the 2 that I had issues with. It's something to attack them, but that's one of the nice things with these indeterminate. When a branch gets cut off, it puts up a sucker in between, so you can just grow the plant on the with the suckers instead. So good to go here. Let's go on to the beans. You can see the beans behind me in the bed there. I think we got just about 100% germination. Everything is coming up. Those things are getting big, and they're just, what, 2 weeks old from the date of planting, from seed and stuff. So everything is doing good there. Still got the onions, and the garlic is doing well. Gotta get the vertical trellising up. And let me show you this other little, I mentioned the Malabar spinach last week. Come take a look at this. So when I get a couple more garden beds built, that's a couple of projects down the road. I'm probably gonna leave these for a little bit, and if I can get a couple of beds built, I'm gonna see if I can get some of these transplanted over. And 2 plants is more than enough than what we need, but I got an idea of what I want to do with that. So stay tuned for what I'm going to do with the Malabar spinach. Some of it's going to get just weed whacked down, and we'll get that knocked out. So on to the next project. So I figured I'd give you a quick update on the chicks and how big they're getting. Uh, Again, this is May the 2nd. They're, what, 2 weeks old now? Something like that. I'll have to go back and look at the calendar and see. They were hatched on April the 14th. So they are getting, they're starting to fly a little bit too, looks like. I upgraded them with their food container and a little bit bigger water container there. Obviously last week we got them with the bigger brooder to let them sit in here. I'm working on a chicken tractor. That's one of the projects for today that I can move them out into. So follow along and we'll see how this journey goes. Good morning. This is obviously the second day of this video. Came out this morning to do the chores. Typically when I do that, the ducks are at the door sitting there making all kinds of noise and stuff. This morning they're just kind of like hanging out and not getting excited at all. Just definitely kind of odd. I think they're probably in there laying eggs or something, so I'm going to give them a little bit of time. But yeah, it's just kind of weird that they're not right there at the door wanting to get out and let me know about it. So interesting. On to the next project. Hey, it's still Sunday morning early, but the sun hasn't come up over the horizon just yet where it's getting real bright. We got a little bit better light this morning, so I just kind of wanted to show you these two tomatoes here in the sip garden. In my opinion, they are big. They're getting planted at the same time as the other ones, but are significantly bigger. So let me turn you around. And you can kind of see these in comparison. I mean, these are doing all right. They're doing good, but not quite as good as those. I think those may have got hit with the fertilizer better, in a more compacted area, but these guys are doing well as also. Let me show you kind of what I'm working on for vertical support. Let me turn you around and show you this. So what I'm going to be doing is using this EMT, it's 1/2 inch EMT 10-foot poles. And I'm bolting it to the side of the bed. This is why I've seen a lot of other videos using this corrugated metal, and they'll just put the metal straight on the bottom with no support down there. I've actually got 2x4s down here and up here, and if you take these the brackets for the EMT, put one there and one down at the bottom, this pole will hold. Matter of fact, this pole will bend before these guys come out. Had a situation last year where we had probably some 70-mile-an-hour winds come through, and I had some tomatoes on some, and they literally bent right over. So the poles bent, but the brackets held because they're being held in two different spots. So I'm going to put these all up and along, and I'm going to use the netting to go in between them. Last year I used cattle panels. I like that. They're a bit difficult to kind of put in, plus with all the cutting and getting into the right size and stuff of how I wanted that done. It works. The netting though is a little bit cheaper. We'll see how well it holds up with the tomatoes and the green beans and the stuff like that. So we'll give that a pretty good run for its money this year and see what happens. So that's kind of progress of where we're at. Let me go show you where we're at on the other project I'm working on. The Living Traditions Homestead, that YouTube channel, he in the last month or so built a couple of chicken tractors that I'm kind of using this as their design. I'm using 2x2s. Actually, I took some 2x4s rather and cut them down. But all the 2x4s I had, I was able to get for free. All I had to do is get them home. So you can kind of see here, that little extra piece of wood there, they're joined, butt in together to join them together. So this is, and the 2x4s I used were all 5 foot 3 inches long. And so I kind of based this off of that. So they're 10 foot 6 lengthwise, 5 foot, I'd say 5 foot 3, but I think I put the ones on the inside, so you got what, an inch and a half on either side. So they're a little bit wider. They're over 5 foot long and over 10 foot long. 10 foot that way, 5 foot this way. And we'll still go 22 inches high. I've got that one built there. We still got a bunch of stuff out. I'm still working on it. I've got 2 more of these sticks over behind the shed, and we'll kind of project we're going to start soon about putting that together today. Got a lot of bracing already kind of cut. These are the 22-inch stacks, and then I've started working on cutting a bunch of these. One issue I ran into is I probably need to do some maintenance or something to my table saw, because it's not wanting to play right today for whatever reason. So we'll get back to that. But I think I've got enough here already cut, and to go ahead and get the this one put together, at least get the frame built, and then we'll see about getting wires and stuff on it today. That's one of the fun things about this whole, working during this whole pandemic thing we're going through. I'm putting in, solid 12, 11, 12 hours a day at work, and then trying to get home. And I've got all, springtime, I got all these projects coming up, and doing this like I got more on my plate than I had time to actually get done. So some of these are taking a lot longer than what I would like, but it is what it is, and I'll just kind of keep making progress a little bit at a time. So I'll kind of get some of this stuff done, and we'll get back to you. Hey guys, so it's Sunday night now. I just kind of wanted to go through and show you the projects that got completed. There's the chicken tractor. Would have got made a little bit farther on that, but Home Depot was out of 6-foot corrugated metal. That's what I was going to go get and put on it. So I kind of put that on hold, and we'll work on that more next week. I cleaned out coops for both the ducks and the chickens. I wanted to show you what I got done over here on the garden as it goes into the week. So we got the tomatoes all mulched, got the beans all mulched, got a few things fixed, and that's where we're at for today. A lot of projects got done. Got one of my sheds kind of cleaned out and reorganized. So it's been a great weekend. Got a lot of stuff done, and I'm done. I am ready to go take a shower and head off to bed for work tomorrow. So hope you guys have a great week. God bless. If you like this, hey, click and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. God bless.